All right, we made it. We're at the last step, the final updated group preview for the 2018 World Cup, Group H. So let's go. But before we let's go, let's start with what I said 6 months ago. Okay, so Colombia in first, all right, I can see that. Poland in second, and I'm sure I made a good argument as to why that makes sense. Senegal in third, and Japan in fourth, and wow, no respect for the Japanese, so I am sorry to all my Japanese fans out there. I'm sure I had good reasons. But that preview was in December of last year, and so much has changed since then. So let's get to my updated thoughts by starting with Colombia. Who had a superb run in the last World Cup behind a breakout performance from the baby-faced assassin James Rodriguez, who won the Golden Boot as the tournament's top scorer and, we could argue, definitely deserved to be one of the 3 finalists for the Golden Ball as the best player of the tournament as well, since he scored 6 goals and had 2 assists in 399 minutes of play, while the other 3 guys, Leo Messi, Thomas Muller, and Arjen Robben, played close to 300 minutes more than he did, and they couldn't match his output. But this is probably a conversation for another time. Because the big question for the Colombians is, can they repeat that inspiring performance from 4 years ago? Especially when everyone is assuming that they're going to do better than they did before, which I've learned over the years is much harder to perform as a group when that happens because there are expectations now. And when there are expectations, that usually leads to everyone playing a little bit tighter. When it's the opposite and there are no expectations, it is so much easier to play free and enjoy yourself, which is how Colombia played in Brazil, which is how I believe Senegal is going to play this time around, and I believe that makes Senegal very dangerous. And sure, in their only previous World Cup appearance in 2002, they upset the then reigning champions France in the group stages and made it to the quarterfinals, but that was so long ago, and their captain then is their coach now, so the expectations should be tempered. That is, until you see their squad, because they got some players. They got Koulibaly in the back, Idrissa Gueye in midfield, Sadio Mane up top, and these guys are straight fire. And then I need you guys to keep an eye on Ismaila Sarr, who is a very technically gifted winger with some serious pace and who I think has the potential to be the next big thing out of Senegal. However, for me, their chances ride on the result of their first game against Poland because that's who I believe they'll be competing with for second. But the Polish have some players that are fire as well, most notably Robert Lewandowski, who scored more goals than anyone else during qualifying in Europe, and yes, even more than Cristiano Ronaldo, and who is arguably one of the best strikers on planet Earth. And how is that for being overly dramatic? That was pretty good. Just trying to heighten the stakes here. Also, I only say this about Lewandowski, not only about his goal-scoring ability, but for his attitude and approach. The man is always hungry for more, which makes him a leader and captain who is very easy to follow into battle. And with this most likely being his last World Cup since it's a few months away from being on the wrong side of 30, it always sucks to be a pro athlete on the wrong side of 30 because nobody really looks at you the same. You're damaged goods at that point. He and his other older teammates like Błaszczykowski, Piszczek, Fabianski, and Glik should be up for this and ready to go. But in theory, I feel like every team should be up for playing in a World Cup, so Japan should be feared too. And actually, did people say this was the group of death or no? Because it's kind of feeling like the group of death to me because I wouldn't be surprised to see any of these countries advance or get knocked out of the group. But back to Japan, after they named their squad, which incidentally came 2 months after they fired the coach that got them qualified, the new boss, Akira Nishino, excluded many of the new up-and-coming players to go with the guys that have been with the national team forever, and names that you're probably familiar with like Keisuke Honda, Shinji Kagawa, and Shinji Okazaki, which, fun fact for you, were guys that were being excluded by the coach that got fired. So it seems like the old guys strong-armed the Japanese FA into hiring someone that would take them to the World Cup instead of the young guys, and that is simultaneously funny and up at the same time. So we'll see if Japan and their older players can live up to Keisuke Honda's claim 4 years ago that they were going to win the World Cup in Brazil, only to not win a game in the group. So way to run your mouth, Keisuke Honda. And also, it was a group which included Colombia, and Colombia beat them 4-1, so I expect more of the same from the Colombians. Especially because Falcao, who at the tender age of 33 and finally in full health, is finally playing in his first World Cup. So he's like the Marco Reus of Colombia. Or maybe Marco Reus is the Falcao of Germany. Either way, I think Colombia's quality and experience from 2014 will see them finish first in the group, and then they'll probably face England in the round of 16, which will be a great one to watch, specifically the part where England loses in penalties. So really, it's who is finishing in second that's proving difficult for me, but I gotta make a decision here, and As much as I valued my time in Poland playing for Lech Poznan back in the day, so the country and its people have a special place in my heart, there's just something about Senegal that I think is going to push them over the edge, especially since no other African teams have played well in the tournament so far. And there's always one African team that gets to the round of 16, so why not Senegal? However, since Poland's manager Adam Nawalka took over, they've only lost twice in 25 games and moved up from 74th in the FIFA rankings to 7th, which, whatever to the FIFA rankings overall, because I don't think they're always that accurate, but it's still a testament to the strides that Poland has made over these last few years. Again though, I think Senegal is going to make the plays that Poland won't. And it's a really thin line between success and failure at this level, as you guys know. So I think Senegal is going to get in second, Poland in third, and Japan in fourth. Though I hope Poland proves me wrong, because I would be happy to see them go through to the next round. Anyway, that is it. That is all I got. So tell me the order where you think these 4 countries are going to finish. And if you get it exactly right, you'll get some Warmballer stickers for sure. And then you'll be entered to win a shirt and a hat. So good luck, because you're definitely going to need it in this group. Later.